everybody, and welcome back to the Schoenberg family. It's just me today because Katja's at work, and I thought, because I'm currently 27 weeks pregnant, 27 weeks and 2 days pregnant, it was time for a second trimester update. So, second trimester, what can I say? It has been one hell of a journey, really, a big journey, but it's been wonderful, and it's been full of scary stuff, happy stuff, good times, and I'm absolutely knackered and I'm sweating. So let me get into it. So, second trimester has been, for me, better than the first trimester. The first trimester was absolutely horrendous, mainly because I was constantly stressing out about everything. Second trimester, I've been so much calmer. I think it has something to do with the fact that the baby got bigger. I was feeling a little bit more secure the further along we got, and now I'm just excited. I'm excited to have our baby here in February, and of course there's days where I feel stressed and I feel anxious, but nowhere near to the anxiety that I felt in the first trimester. And I think Katja also, but mainly I think Katja's feeling less stressed because I'm not giving her my stress, you know? So in general, just it's been wonderful because we've been able to kind of enjoy the pregnancy a lot more, especially together. So that's been really nice. We had a scare. So she started to move. I started to feel her move around, I think it was around 17 weeks. I could feel like little flutterings inside, and I knew it was her, and it was just the cutest thing ever. But around 19, just before the anatomy scan, I stopped feeling movement, and I was so worried that we ended up in the hospital to check her, but luckily everything was fine. It was basically just because she was still small, and I've got an anterior placenta, so she just moved position, so I couldn't feel her because she was kicking my placenta, which an anterior placenta is in the front, so I couldn't feel the movement like on my belly anymore. She was fine, and she was just a bit chilled out as well. So yeah, the movement started then, and we had the scare, which wasn't nice at all because Katja wasn't allowed in because of the coronavirus, and of course my mind just thinks the worst. She was fine, and then a couple of weeks later the movements got stronger, and like right now she kicks, I see her like breaking through my belly like a I don't know which body part it is, but I just feel like a punch, and I can see it physically coming out my belly, which at first, I'm not gonna lie, was really, really weird and really scary. Like, I actually screamed. The first time it happened was at like that big was at like 22 weeks, and I just seen it, and I physically screamed so loud. Katja had seen it as well, and she was like, "Oh, it's so cute," and I was like, "What the hell?" I was like an alien. Honestly, it was so scary. But then about 5 minutes later, I just started crying because it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. But really, really freaked me out. And so yeah, she's not got a pattern yet. I felt like she has maybe 5 days of going absolutely insane, and then like 2-3 days of her being a bit quiet. And then in terms of like having a rhythm, I've not really noticed one yet in terms of her kicking and her movement rhythm. I think they say from 20 weeks on, so from like the third trimester onwards, I should start to notice a rhythm, which will be nice because it'll stop me from freaking out on the days where she doesn't move at all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, what else happened in the second trimester? We found out the gender. We found out at 16 weeks. Of course, I didn't believe it because it was still really early. And then we had, I think, 5 different scans from the 16 weeks to the anatomy scan, where every time I would ask, do you know the gender? To the different doctor, pretending like I didn't know, so they would give me an answer, and it was always coming back as girl. But then I still didn't believe him, so I would ask another doctor, and I drove myself absolutely insane. Not that it mattered, because it didn't matter if it would be a baby boy or a baby girl. It's just, I needed to know, and I needed confirmation 100%, and I know that no doctor will give you 100% confirmation. So we went to our anatomy scan, and of course I asked again. This was at 20 weeks. We had our anatomy scan. Is it a girl? And he said yes, and printed me a picture, very clear picture, and it hit me, it's a girl. And Katja was very happy because I was driving her insane with this. This was like the first part of the second trimester, just me, oh, I'm not sure. Ugh. I'm insane. Anyways, the anatomy scan went amazing. She looks healthy. She had no problem. She was growing healthy. We was both so nervous for the anatomy scan because we never did, I think in your 12-week scan, you can choose to do genetic testing or screening. We never did this because to us it just wasn't important to us to know if she has Down syndrome or if there is something wrong, and I know that to some other people this is like really important and they would like to know also just to prepare themselves. But everything was looking fine in our scans, so we just decided to go against it. And if something is to happen later on, like we also didn't do the testing in the 20-week scan, and we just said to each other, if she is born with, you never know, something, we are prepared for that. We will be prepared for that. But yeah, we didn't want to do the testing. What else happened? So that was good. What had bloody happened? My mind's gone dead. I had all this planned out before I pressed record. My moods, I've been a lot more happier in the second trimester than I was in the first trimester. I was a moody, horrible person in the first trimester. But like I said, my anxiety has gone down. So yeah, that's got something to do with it. It must have. I'm so much happier and relaxed and chilled and just want it to be February already. I'm very impatient. I just like, hurry up. Although I have to say, the second trimester has gone so much faster than the first trimester. Like, it feels surreal to me to be saying we're going into the third trimester. I don't know where the time's going. Maybe it's something to do with coronavirus because none of us could really do much. I don't know. It's just gone really, really fast. I don't have any stretch marks. I don't have any right now. I might get some. But I've been using my oil and my belly butter twice a day. I don't mind if I get stretch marks. I know it's part of the process of having a baby, so I was prepared for that. However, so far I don't have any, and I don't know if it's because I'm using these or not. Some people say it's genetic. My mum has lots, so we will see if I get some. Still taking my folate. It's the natural form of folic acid. This I will take until the end of, well, until she's born, until the end of, what am I talking about? My head is gone. Until she's here. The nursery is actually done. It's completed, thanks to my wife, Katja. She is on it, like from the very beginning. She's just been like, we need this, we need this, we need this. And I didn't have a clue. But somehow the nursery is completed. So we will be doing a nursery tour in the next couple of, maybe the next, not the next video, but in a few videos time. We will be doing that. We've got nearly everything for her already, which I'm happy about because it's coming up to Christmas. We've got a lot of things going on, and then soon it'll be January, and then she'll be here. So we're prepared. Well, I wouldn't be prepared if Katja wasn't prepared. I'm only prepared because I have a wife who is very German. Sorry if there's Germans watching, but she's very like this. She has to have things in order, and it's all in order and all is well, so I'm happy about that. What else has been happening in the second trimester? Honestly, I had a few headaches. I've been having a lot more headaches than I did in the first trimester. And also, oh yeah, I know what's been happening. I've been living on these. I'm not living on them, but like, I've had a few of them. Heartburn decided to show up. So my sickness went away and my gagging went away around 16 weeks, which then was turned into heartburn. And I never had heartburn in all my life. And I honestly thought, you're dying. I didn't know what it was, honestly. But I got recommended these Rennies, and I take a couple and it goes away. And it's just like the best thing ever. Because I'm like, I can breathe. What else has been happening? Weight gain. Let's talk about weight gain. Although I don't really want to, but I will, because I want to be honest and open and tell you guys everything. So basically, if you don't want to hear numbers, or you don't want to talk about weight gain or hear me talking about weight gain, please skip this part of the video. I know it can be triggering for people with like eating disorders, or who had. So basically, I have gained 10 kilos in the full pregnancy. I started out at 59 kilo. I am now 69 kilo, which is totally fine for me. Like, I don't care at all. Like, I'm totally, okay, I'm lying. I'm not totally happy. It's very scary to see my body changing. I used to suffer with an eating disorder. I still do. Not really, but I'm recovered, but there are times where I will relapse. So it's been very testing. It's been a big struggle to see my body change, but I feel like it's also helped me so much to love my body, finally. I don't know, I'm gonna cry now. Oh, drama. I just love it. I feel like it's a miracle. I never see myself pregnant, and you know what? I want to say a swear word. It doesn't matter. I gain weight, so what? And that's the first time I've ever felt that in my whole entire life. Like, so what? And it's so nice to feel that. However, my midwife did have some concerns, because she said that I was gaining too much too soon, too quick. So I've just been trying to like cut it down a little bit and just look into what I'm eating, because the cravings from the first trimester was like fruits, vegetables. I loved apples. I loved all these like fresh, healthy things. And in the second trimester, it's been chocolate, pizza, crisps, cake. I love marzipan. Like, we live in Germany and there's lots of marzipan and I love it. So yeah, I just tried to, it's the little things that I didn't realize that I was eating. Like, throughout the day I would just like pick on stuff, but what I was picking on is not necessarily the most healthiest. So I think that's where the weight gain has like crept up. So I just tried to watch it for the third trimester. Exercise, I've been exercising, I've been dance teaching, dancing, staying active. Wasn't running a marathon, but I've been trying to stay active. Until 2 days ago, so let me tell you the story. I thought I was having Braxton Hicks contractions for the last 2 weeks. Very painful. Was wondering why they was so painful, but not actually telling anybody that they was so painful. A lot of people was telling me it's normal. It happens in pregnancy, it's normal. However, it's not normal. I went to the doctor 2 days ago and my cervix has shortened. She told me it was actual contractions that I've been having, so like early contractions, which explains why there was hurting like so much. And she's put me on, let me get it. She's put me on magnesium 3 times a day, 6 tablets. That'll hopefully stop the contractions. And she's told me that I'm not allowed to move so much. Not move so much, I'm on like limited movement. So it's not like bed rest. I can walk around, I can walk to the shops. I just cannot do like intense exercise. Well, actually, she told me not to exercise for now. I'm not allowed to do my job anymore, so I'm no longer teaching dancing. I'm just, yeah, I'm not allowed to do anything. So hopefully, she said, like, because if I would carry on, my cervix could get shorter and shorter, and then my cervix could open, and which could result then into like early labour, and this we don't want. Well, nobody wants this at all, so I just have to go very careful and just try to keep her in for as long as possible. And I've no idea why it starts early. I don't know why it started early for me, but it just has. So it was very scary to hear the words early labour, and I'm just now just like panicking a bit, stressed, trying to not be stressed but feeling stressed. Katja's been amazing. She's helping now with everything. Like, I cannot lift anything, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. She's honestly, she's my lifesaver. So yeah, that's a bit scary. If anybody has had this like early contractions before, or has had to have magnesium to stop the contractions, or a short cervix, please let me know your story on this and how the pregnancy progressed for you, because I need some like positive stories, because everything I read so far online is like terrifying me. So please send me some nice vibes. So yeah, that's it really for the second trimester. I've got 5 days left until the third trimester. What can I say? It's been great. I'm happy. I'm not so happy about the contractions and the short cervix. I wasn't so happy with the scare that we had. I'm not so happy about the heartburn. I'm not so happy about, what else? Oh yeah, my sleeping. I cannot sleep with Katja. She drives me insane. We drive each other insane, because our bed's, it's a double bed, but it's quite small, and I cannot get comfy, and then we just, yeah. So we're now sleeping at opposite ends, so my feet are at her head and her, like, you know, like top to tail, which has helped a lot. I love her to bits, we love each other, but there's something about pregnancy and sleeping with your partner in the same bed, it just drives you insane. So that's not been very fun. There's been a lot of bad things, but honestly, for every bad thing, there is like 10 million good things that have happened in the second trimester. And I'm just so grateful and so happy that we've got this far, and I'm hoping that everything stays positive, and she'll come in February and she'll be just as beautiful as we know she'll be beautiful, but we're just hoping that she'll be as happy as anything, and looking forward to meeting us as well. She knows Katja's voice. She moves every time Katja speaks, which absolutely kills me. Katja reads her bedtime stories in German, because we're teaching her, she's going to be bilingual, so Katja reads to her in German on a night time, and it's just, it melts my heart. I'm so excited. We officially know that Katja will be mama, just because it comes more natural for me to say, go to mama, get to mama. Like, I don't know, I could say go to mama, but I cannot say mammy or mum, or, you know, and I will be mammy. I'm from the north of England, so mammy is like, they use that there. They also use it in Germany. So I will be mammy and she will be mama. So that we know. We've figured that one out. Of course, she probably will call us something different, but we've figured it out now. What else? Yeah, there's just so many nice things, and I can't even think right now off the top of my head all the good things that have happened, like her kicking, getting stronger, and her just growing, and just seeing my body change and feeling just empowered in a way. It's just so magical, pregnancy. And yeah, looking forward to the third trimester, and we'll do a bigger update then. See you soon. I say I'm gonna go now because my bum is numb and I shouldn't actually be sitting so long, so I'm gonna go lay down, have a cup of tea. Actually, I should start cooking our dinner because she'll be home soon, and I'm the housewife, it seems. Housewife that doesn't do anything because I'm not allowed. Anyways, ta-ra, I'm rambling. Tschüss, I would say. Auf Wiedersehen und see you next time. Bye.